Mm. You know, uh, there are three pioneer subjects in life science: molecular biology, neutral biology, and immunology. Okay, so the immunology is very important for the medicine for the medicine students. Um, uh, Also, the immunology is very difficult to study. Uh, uh, Even for Chinese students in Chinese teaching. Okay, so I hope mm, I hope every student uh, can hard study to study the immunology. Okay, um, in our class, we will study following content. Part 1, Introduction of Immunology. Part 2, Immune Molecules. Part 3, Immune System and Immune Responses. Part 4, Immunity in Clinic and its Application. Okay, next, we will learn the Chapter 1, Immunity. Ah, Chapter 1, Immunity. Okay, first we must know what term what term immunity is. We live in a potentially hostile world filled with a bewildering array of infectious agents. Our bodies have many mechanisms that permit us to defend ourselves against invasion and colonization by foreign organisms. This defensive ability is called immunity. In medical term, immunity means protection from certain diseases, particularly infectious diseases. Okay, that is the primary definition of immunity. Primary definition of immunity is the protection from disease and the more responsible for infectious disease. And the new definition of immunity is the ability to respond to foreign substances, including microbes, as well as to macromolecules such as proteins and polysaccharides mediated by immune system, regardless of the physiologic or pathologic consequences of such a reaction. Okay, so the immunology is a science that deals with the study of protection of the body from invasion by disease-producing microorganisms. This state of protection of the body is called immunity. It's the result of a normally functioning immune system, which is highly efficient but complex. It has evolved over the years into a highly uh, versatile system which generates a vast variety of molecules and cells that recognize the foreign passenger in a highly specific manner and then eliminate it without any damage to the host. Not only that, it generates a memory of this passenger for future also. Okay, so this chapter aims to produce the subject of immunology and put it in adaptive based on whether the immunity they confer against a particular pathogen is present from the outside or inside develops only after contact with the pathogen. Both of the innate and adaptive immunity systems are essential for health. Okay, innate immunity refers to any inborn immunity that is already present the first time a pathogen is encountered. It does not require prior exposure and is not modified significantly by repeated exposures to the pathogen over the life of an individual. Okay, this is innate immunity. In Chinese, 固有免疫. Okay, it also is called natural immunity or non-specific immunity. Okay, this is the definition of the innate immunity. Okay, innate immunity refers to any inborn immunity that is already present at the first time a passenger is encountered. It does not require prior exposure and is not modified significantly by repeated exposure to the passenger over the life of an individual. Okay, this is the composition of the innate immunity. Innate defense mechanism against foreign invaders include mechanical barriers, secreted product, and inflammatory cells. Okay, the mechanical barriers include skin, mucosa, blood-brain barriers, placental barrier, and mechanical factors include complement, complement, complement in Chinese, 补体, complement, cytokines, in Chinese, 细胞因子, lysozyme, in Chinese, 溶菌酶. Okay, the phagocytes include macrophages, PMNS, and NK cells. Okay, one of the major non-specific defense systems is the epithelial surface of the body, such as the skin, which cover body surfaces and prevent microorganisms and other potentially injurious agents from entering the tissues beneath. In addition to being structurally impervious, We often have specialized features that help us repel foreign invaders. For example, lactic acid and other substances inside contain the surface of the epiderm is at an acidic pH, which helps prevent colonization by bacteria and other organisms. Similarly, the more delicate epithelia lining the respiratory and digestive tracts are based in a protective following layer of mucus, which can trap, dissolve, and swipe away foreign substances. White cells of the blood include macrophages and polymorph nuclear leukocytes are attracted to sites of infection by products of infected organisms or necrotic tissue and attack the invaders. Okay, so the innate immunity also are very important for us at the first time to prevent the individuals of the bacteria. Okay, everybody. This is characteristic of innate immunity. Okay, so the innate immunity is nature existence. Nature existence. Consists its nature existence consists of cellular and biochemical defense mechanisms that are in place even before infection. Okay, so it can take action. It can take the action at the first time, in entering the bacterium to our bodies. Okay, the innate immunity is specificity. Okay, so it can respond rapidly to all infection. And then it's no memory. No memory means it can respond in same way to repeated infection. Okay, the innate immunity can react only to microbes and not to non-infectious substance. Okay, that is innate immunity. Innate immunity. Okay, once organisms get through the innate defense mechanism and begin to grow in the tissues of the body, a more specific and more powerful backup defense system is needed. This system must be activated quickly, be effective against relatively large numbers of mechanisms, and be able to react specifically with the infectious agent. This backup is provided by the adaptive immune system. Okay, buddy? This is adaptive immunity. Adaptive immunity. Adaptive immunity in Chinese, 适应性免疫。适应性免疫。Okay, so Adaptive immunity refers to immunity that is weak or absent on first exposure, but that increases dramatically with subsequent exposures to the same specific passengers. Okay, so the the characteristics of adaptive immunity are following: is induced exposure by exposure of infectious agents. It's induced by exposure by infectious agents. Also, its specificity. Immune responses are specific for distinct antigens. And then its memory. It has memory. It has memory. Okay, it can respond more vigorously to re-exposures to same microbes, and then it can able to recognize and react to a large number of microbial and non-microbial substance. Okay, so you know the adaptive immunity also important for our body to prevent the infectious agents, but its specificity, its specificity and memory. Okay, okay. The figure shows the characteristics of the adaptive immunity. Adaptive immunity. Okay, you can see the antigen A and B induce the production of different antibodies. The secondary response also memory response. The secondary response to antigen A is more rapid and larger than the primary response. Antibody levels decline with time after each immunization. Ah, okay. The figure shows the characteristics of the adaptive immunity. Adaptive immunity. Okay, the adaptive immunity system is quiescent until stimulated by a specific infection. This potential is converted to actuality, uh, actuality by one of two major arms of the immune response. Immune response. Okay, that is humoral immunity and cellular immunity. Humoral immunity and cellular mediated immunity. Humoral immunity abbreviated HI, that is mediated by antibody produced by B lymphocytes. And the cellular mediated immunity abbreviated CMI, that is mediated by T cells. Okay, let's study the humoral immunity. Humoral immunity is mediated by molecules in the blood and mucosal secretions called antibodies that are produced by B lymphocytes. Antibody can recognize microbial antigens, neutralize the infectivity of the microbes, and target microbes for elimination by viral effector mechanisms. Okay, so the HI is the principal defense mechanism against extracellular microbes and their toxin. Okay, because the antibody can neutralize the infectivity of the microbes. And then, okay, everybody, the figure shows the biological functions of the antibody. Okay, so you can see the antibodies produced by B lymphocytes. Antibodies can neutralize the microbes and toxin. Uh, it can organize and phagocyte microbes. Okay, the antibody can mediate antibody-dependent cellular cytotoxicity. Antibody-dependent cellular cytotoxicity. Also, the antibodies can activate complement. So, after activation, the complement can lyse the microbes, and then it can phagocyte microbes and organize with complement fragment. Also, the fragment of complement can immediate inflammation in Chinese 炎症反应炎症反应 Okay, next let's see cellular mediated immunity. Cellular mediated immunity is mediated by T cells. It can promote the destruction of microbes residing in phagocytes or killing of infected cells to eliminate reservoirs of infection. Okay, CMI is the principal defense mechanism against intracellular microbes. Okay, there are many intracellular microbes. Example, virus, fungi, and some bacterial in phagocytes. Example, TB, tubercle bacillus, tubercle bacillus. Okay, they are intracellular microbes. Okay, so CMI is the principal defense mechanism against intracellular microbes. Okay, everybody, let's see the table. Let's see the table. Okay, the table shows the differences between the two major arms of immunity. Arms of the immunity. Okay, this is humoral immunity. This is cellular mediated immunity. Okay, so you can see uh, the difference between the two immunity exists cell line product protection against and protection against. Okay, you know the humoral immunity mediated is mediated by antibody, but cellular immunity mediated by sensitized cells, sensitized cells. Okay, the arms of the humoral immunity is protect against bacterial or their toxin, but cellular mediated immunity protect against viruses, microbacterial, and fungi. Okay, everybody, let's see the table. Let's see the table. Okay, the table shows the features of innate and adaptive immunity. Adaptive immunity. Okay, so you can see the two immunity have different uh, characteristic. The most important one is specificity. The innate immunity has no specificity, but adaptive immunity is yet. Okay, the components of the two immunity are different. Okay, the components of innate immunity system include skin, mucosa, epithelial, antimicrobial chemicals, and complement phagocytes. But the component of adaptive immunity system constant lymphocytes in epithelial, antibodies, antibodies, secreted by epithelial surfaces, and then antibodies in blood. Okay, so you know the components of the adaptive immunity are most important for us. The component are T cells and B cells. Okay, everybody. You know, there are three functions of immunity. 三大功能 functions of immunity. That are immunological defense, in Chinese 免疫学防疫 immunological homeostasis, immunological homeostasis, in Chinese 免疫自稳 and immunological surveillance, in Chinese 免疫监视 Okay, But the functions of the immune system mm, that may be two phases, maybe two phases. One is normal and another is abnormal. Abnormal. Okay. Uh, okay. Let's see the table. The table shows the phenotypes of immune functions. The phenotypes of immune functions may be normal or abnormal under different conditions. Under different conditions. Okay, so you can say normal phenotypes, for instance, maybe shows anti-infection, anti-infection, but abnormal is hypersensitivity or immunodeficiency, immunodeficient disease. Okay, normal phenotype may be innate injured and or dying cells, but abnormal may be autoimmunity, and normal phenotype maybe shows eliminate mutant cells, prevent consecutive infection, but abnormal maybe shows tumor or consecutive infection by a virus. Okay, so we know the immunity. The immunity may be two phases. Two phases. Okay, one is abnormal, another is normal under different conditions. Okay, everybody, you know the what is immunology? What is immunology? Okay, immunology is study of immunity in this broader sense, and the cellular and molecular events that occur after an organism uh, encounters microbes and other foreign micromolecules. Micromolecules. Okay, so the immunity is very complex inside of the body. Inside of the body. Okay, so the immunology is very important to study. Is very important to study, even for Chinese students in Chinese teaching. In Chinese teaching. Okay, so I hope everybody can try your best. Okay? Also, I will try my best. I will try my best to teach the immunology. Okay, everybody? In this part, uh, some basic conceptions must must be must uh, must be must be uh, be mastered. Must be mastered. Okay, example in what is immunity? Humoral immunity, uh, and cellular mediated immunity, innate immunity, and adaptive immunity. Okay, you should master the functions of immunity and the composition of and characteristics of innate immunity, adaptive immunity, and humoral immunity, and cellular mediated immunity. Okay, buddy. Like have a break. Like have a rest. Let's have a rest for uh, five, uh, for five, for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes. Okay. At 10 minutes. At 10 minutes, we will continue. Okay. Let's have a break.